All right. Good morning and welcome. This is the Student Visa Masterclass. Today's date is 13th of April, 2023. And we'll start with my about me. Okay, so my name is Nish. I am a senior migration consultant at Imifix Australia. I am a registered migration agent. And also I'm a member of Migration Institute of Australia and Migration Alliance. I have completed my diploma of community services, and I also have graduate certificate in Australian migration law and practice. So I am qualified and licensed to do this webinar today. Okay. Now, about our business, about our company is, I have been in this industry since 2014, basically. So our team is highly experienced in providing immigration assistance, including student visa admissions and processes. We do have affiliations with major universities across Australia, but today we are going to focus on a very particular college that is based in Melbourne and Sydney, but we'll get to that in a minute, okay? We do provide a realistic assessment of your case, okay? So today's webinar is very general in terms of information that we're going to provide. We cannot answer any specific queries that you will have pertaining to your particular case. For that, I will ask you to book a face-to-face one-on-one consultation with me. Okay, but I hope that this webinar will cover a range of questions that you may have about studying in Australia. Okay. Now, we are 100% committed to ethical practice. Now, this is one of the very important and core business value that we practice every day, which is basically we deal with honesty and integrity and provide advice and support that is appropriate for your particular circumstances. Okay. And we also try and make this process as smooth as possible, because I know how difficult this process can be for people, especially for students like yourself, first time applying for anything. It is a very daunting process, and we try to make it as smooth and easy as possible. Okay. Now, why should you study in Australia? Well, Australia is one of the top destinations for international students to come and study, okay, because of its high quality of education system and welcoming environment for people from all across the globe, basically. Okay. Australian colleges and universities do consistently rank higher amongst in the academic excellence and research. Okay. And of course, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of courses and available to international students across Australia. Okay. Now, whilst you are studying here, you will be able to work 40 hours per fortnight as a student visa holder, okay, which basically can help you cover the cost of living in Australia. Okay. Now, compared to, let's say, we have found some statistics around cost of living comparison. Okay. And essentially, if we look at Melbourne is 45% cheaper to live as far as rent is concerned than Los Angeles, and nearly 20% cheaper than Toronto, Canada. Okay. So Melbourne is a very big city. Okay, so it's a metropolis that is comparable definitely to LA and Toronto, and it's significantly cheaper compared to both these major metropolis in other country. Okay. Next, oh sorry, I have two slides of the same thing. It's okay, I'll delete one of them. The course we are going to discuss today is Bachelor of Business. And basically this course has 3 specializations: cybersecurity, digital marketing, and leadership and management. And this course is offered by Academies Australia. Sorry, hold on. This course is offered by Academies Australia, and they are a CRICOS registered provider, meaning that in Australia, any college or university who offers courses or study pathways to international students must be CRICOS registered. That is a very fundamental thing that you must check before you apply for admission or pay somebody for your admission. Okay. Now there is a website, but we will talk about the particular course and all of that. Okay. Now this is a process. Okay. So we'll go through each step of the process and we'll go through the requirements of each stage. Okay. Step 1 is admission. Now, to get admission at this university, you will need to be at least 18 years of age or older. Okay. You must have completed year 12 if you're in India. And for academic IELTS or PTE, they will accept PTE as well. You must have 6 bands with no less than 5.5. Okay. The total duration of the course is 3 years. Okay. And they can provide you with some credit if you package this course with diploma or advanced diploma qualification, which we will talk about in upcoming slides. Okay. The study commitment you're looking at is about 12 to 18 hours per week. And they do have March, July, and November intake each year for this qualification. Okay. As part of this qualification, you will complete total of 24 units with 16 core units and 8 electives, basically. So elective will essentially depend on the specialization that you choose. Okay. They do offer this course in Sydney campus and Melbourne campus, so they're both excellent campus, and it depends on your preference as to whether you want to go to Sydney or Melbourne. Okay. Now, this is the most exciting part about this college, this particular course. Okay, is that the total cost of this entire bachelor's degree is $45,000. So that's essentially $15,000 per year of bachelor's qualification. Okay. Now, if we compare to equivalent courses, for example, RMIT University offers Bachelor of Business 3 years, but the cost is 126,000 Australian dollars for 3 years. Okay. And for University of New South Wales, they offer Bachelor of Commerce, which is comparable to the course that we are discussing today, and that cost about 142,000 Australian dollars. Okay. So definitely cost-wise, there are advantages to this qualification from Academies Australasia. Okay. The outcome in the end is still a bachelor's degree. Okay. Now, once we speaking of packages, let's say you do not have 6 each or 6 bands. Okay. You're struggling. You're one of those students. No problem. They do offer packages. Okay. Where we can package this course with diploma and or advanced diploma leading to a bachelor's of business. Okay, so and that reduces the requirement of English from 5.5 from 6 overall to 5.5 each. Okay, and that applies to PTE academic as well. Okay, now package 1 basically is essentially 3 years of course. Okay, diploma, that is 1 year, and bachelor's degree is 2 years, because based on your diploma you will receive 8 credit points towards your bachelor's degree, which is equivalent to 1 year of study into bachelor's. Okay, secondly, if you do a diploma and advanced diploma, okay, packaged with bachelor of business, then you will receive 12 credit points, which is equivalent to 1.5 year of your bachelor's qualification. Okay, so you only study 1.5 years. So 2 years of diploma and advanced diploma in total, plus 1.5 year. Okay, now the package 1 will cost you $38,320, okay, which is actually cheaper than studying a bachelor's degree, direct admission into bachelor's degree. Okay, again, ultimately gives the bachelor's qualification. Okay, package 2, the total cost is $39,140. Okay, the only difference is it's slightly more. Okay, but the advantage of this second package is that you get 3.5 years of visa instead of 3 years. Okay, for essentially less than $1,000 more of tuition fees. Okay, and direct bachelor's qualification is certainly a pathway to consider, because it will cover a lot of the topics that you will study as part of your diploma and advanced diploma qualification. Okay, now if you were to consider, let's say, cybersecurity or digital marketing, then in those cases, I would strongly suggest that we go directly into bachelor's qualification. This is because there is no diploma and advanced diploma in cybersecurity that this university offers. Okay, so then if you were to do those diploma and advanced diploma of leadership and management, let's say, or project management, but you decide to study bachelor of business in cybersecurity, then your credit that you will receive might differ. So it's very much case by case basis, but this is just a very basic understanding and idea, an example to give you an understanding. Okay, once we have your admission, okay, then essentially the process is we apply for admission. Once the university accepts your admission, they will give you an offer. You sign the offer, we pay the fees, and then you get what is called confirmation of enrollment, okay, which leads us to step number 2 in this process, okay, which is to apply for a student visa. Okay, the requirement for a student visa in a nutshell is you will need what is called COE, or confirmation of enrollment, for the entire duration of your studies. Okay, which basically will depend on whether you do bachelor's or whether you package it with diploma and advanced diploma. Okay, the second thing we'll need to get sorted is overseas student health cover, or OSHC, for the duration of your proposed studies, plus 2 additional months. Okay, so if your qualification finishes in March of 2024, let's say, then we would basically get 2 additional months on top of March, because then the immigration department has the room to give you 2 additional months for you to basically sort out your visa situation after you complete your studies. Okay, The IELTS requirement for student visa itself by the department is 5.5. Okay, so if you were to package the course, okay, then basically you just need to do one 5.5 English test, and that's it. Okay. The funding requirement, because the qualification from this university is significantly cheaper compared to RMIT or other major universities in Sydney and Melbourne, it also reduces the amount of funding that you have to show. Okay, so you're looking at about, if it's just one person, if you are only applying for yourself, then you're looking at about 32,000 Australian dollars of funding to show. Okay, which is about 17 lakh and 60,000 rupees in India. Okay. After we submit the visa, you will need to go for visa medicals, which we will provide you guidance on that. Okay. And this is one of the most important aspect of your student visa as well as the admission, is that you will have to write what is called a genuine temporary entrant or statement of purpose. Okay. It's essentially to demonstrate your intention to study here in Australia, and why you are a temporary student here. Okay, so basically, when we do the admission process, okay, we provide you with guidance as to how you can write the SOP and what your SOP will need to address. Okay, which is going to be essentially what the background about your course, the research that you have completed in relation to, let's say you choose to go to Melbourne campus, then you need to know what Melbourne has to offer and how much the cost of living is, or the rest of it. It's just standard stuff that you have to address to show that you understand what is going to be asked of you as a holder of student visa and a full-time student. Okay. Now, after going through this entire ordeal, we get a visa grant. Okay, and this is the time for celebrate. Okay, because you have your visa and you organize your tickets and all that stuff. Okay, because now the only thing left is for you to depart and arrive in Australia. Okay, so that's basically the process from start to finish until you get your student visa. Okay, what happens after you finish your studies? Okay, you will qualify for a graduate visa post-study work stream. Okay, because either whichever pathway you choose, okay, whether it's a diploma leading to degree, diploma and advanced diploma to degree, or direct degree, okay, they all end up with you having a bachelor's qualification, okay, which will make you eligible for a graduate visa post-study work stream after the completion of your bachelor's degree. Okay, this visa will be granted to you for up to 3 years from the date your visa is granted. Okay, you will have full work rights in Australia. You can work and you can live and work anywhere in any part of Australia, whether you choose to move to another, like let's say you complete your studies in Melbourne, but now you want to go and live in Brisbane, for example, no problem. Okay. And some of the career profiles will lead to permanent residency. Okay, we are not going to discuss permanent visa pathways today because the purpose of this webinar is for us to discuss the admission requirement and the student visa requirement for you to basically get your foot here in Australia first. Okay, once you're here, we can discuss your permanent residency pathway. If you wanted to, let's say you came here to study Bachelor of Leadership and Management, but you decided, I want to study Bachelor of Business, but I want to do cybersecurity. it's not a problem. We can request the university to basically change your course into anything that they offer. Okay, so that's not an issue. But we are not going to discuss permanent visa pathways today. Okay, so if you were to complete a leadership and management specialization, then as far as career goes, you can look at advertising and marketing manager. You can be a business manager, business owner, organizational and project manager, retail manager, strategic planner. Okay. For digital marketing, it's pretty obvious all the things that you can pursue after you complete your bachelor's of business in digital marketing. Okay. Huge market for digital marketing in today's world. Okay. And same goes with cybersecurity. Okay. These are some major skill gaps in Australia, as far as especially in the cybersecurity market. There is a huge gap of skill shortage in Australia for those who basically can deal with security of information technology. Okay, so you can essentially become a security analyst, planner, auditor, officer, all that stuff. Okay, and that the lot of these like I say, a lot of these occupations or opportunities can lead to a permanent visa pathway. Okay, and once you have your post-study work visa, then this is when you decide, okay, what it is that I want to do. Okay, this is the time, actually 6 months before you finish your studies is when you should be looking at how you're going to go after your permanent visa. Okay, but that's essentially this entire course. Okay, and how you can go about pursuing cheaper studies in Australia, same work rights as anyone who is paying 100 and nearly 150 grand for 3 years of studies. Okay, nothing changes. Okay, if say a person who completes a Bachelor of Commerce from UNSW will get exactly the same amount of time in their post-study work visa as you would finish Bachelor of Business at this university. Okay, the only difference is that you basically paid significantly less, more than half of less fees for 3 years of studies than someone who went to major university. Okay, now comes question and answer. There are some contact information. Okay, but if there are any questions, I'm happy to take them now.
Yes, I do have a question.
Sure.
The college that you talked about,
Yeah.
about Academies Australasia, is this a private or a public college?
It is a private college. Yes, they have been
And
operating.
what make it different, like from public college and private college? What is the difference between them?
In Australia, there is no difference whether you go to a public college or private college or university. It really doesn't matter, because every college and university, as I said earlier, they have to be CRICOS provider. And to get registration as a CRICOS provider, every university and private college and private university has to go through the government process, and the requirement. They have to meet all the requirements that the government has set out. Okay, through what is called ESOS Act. Okay, and once they go through this process and they become what is called registered training organization and a CRICOS provider, only then they can provide admission to international students. So, and you will receive Australian qualification, a qualification that is nationally recognized. Okay, so it really in Australia, it doesn't matter whether you have a bachelor's degree from a university or you go and get a bachelor's degree from a private university or private college. As far as your career goes, it's how well can you network, how well can you go after your goals. Okay, how badly do you want to succeed here is what will determine your career success, not your qualification. Okay, qualification, yes, is important. Okay, but what's more important is what you do with your qualification.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. That's it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem. Now there is our contact info. Okay, if you'd like to book a one-on-one consultation with me, then please visit our website. Okay, and there is the option for you to book a study option consult. Okay,
Yeah.
you can check out our Google page for reviews that we have received from our past clients, and you can search Imifix on any of the social media to follow us.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. And I'm going to conclude this webinar today. Okay.
Sure.